are the things that I use for my greens. Of course, these are my mustard and turnip greens. They've already been washed and cleaned, and I hope that you all do know how to clean greens, but if you don't, I got you. So these are my mustard and turnip greens. I have 1 large onion. I have red crushed pepper, black pepper, chicken broth, accent. I have onion powder, and I love this green seasoning. It brings out your food. You gotta try it. Also, I have turkey necks. This is a smoked meat, and it's just, I have it upside down, but okay. This is a turkey neck, and it gives my greens a lot of flavor. I also use turkey tails. I went to the store, and normally I use turkey tail, turkey necks, and I also use turkey wings, but they didn't have them. So this is going to give my food the flavor that my family is used to. Also, I'm going to tell you guys this. I know you're thinking, but that's onion mix. Onion mix brings out the flavor in your food. It's not going to be salty. It's not going to taste like onion. And I know you're thinking, but you got onion powder over there. Trust me. We are going to make some good greens today. My family love my greens. So let's get started. Okay, so everybody, we have about 8 cups of water. This is a very, very big pot. So we're going to add our turkey tails in. And as you can see, they're big. Now we're going in with our turkey necks. And it's on medium heat. Because remember, we have a lot of greens. So until my greens, I am adding black pepper, thought that was it. I'm adding my onion powder. I'm adding a little bit of garlic. And last but not least, I'm adding my Lipton. Accent brings out the flavor in your food. So the black pepper, the onion powder, the Lipton, onion mix, you only need a dash of this accent. It only wakes up the flavor, because the smoked meat, when I tell you it brings out a good flavor, it brings out a very, very good flavor. And we're going to allow this smoked meat to cook for 40 minutes, and we'll bring you guys back. Okay guys, so while our smoked meat is cooking, don't forget, we gotta still add our chicken broth. We have to add our green seasoning. While this green seasoning is really, really good, so we add that in after the greens have cooked for 40 minutes. But once we add the greens to our smoked meat, after we add the greens to our smoked meat, we have to allow those greens to cook for 2 hours. So if you're in a rush, this probably is not the recipe for you. So we just cutting our onion. And And believe it or not, with all the onion flavor that I'm adding, you don't taste, the onions don't overpower the greens. It's a really, really good recipe. And also, like if you're cooking your chicken, your dressing, and you decide to, say you decide to boil you some, let's say drumsticks for the, you know, for the chicken broth. If you already have that cooked, you can also add that flavor into your greens too, the fat from the chicken that you boil. But I'm starting with my green recipe first, so unfortunately I have to use the canned chicken broth. And another thing, when you, it's okay to buy the greens that have already been, you know, they say pre-washed. You still should rinse those greens at least a couple of times to make sure that they're really clean. With me, this is actually 10 bundles of greens, and this is, and it looks like a lot of greens. It really do. It looks like a lot of greens, but once these greens boil down, it's not going to be as much as it looked like. It's going to boil down. And these are mustard and turnip greens, and they're just, I just wish you all would do this recipe, because it is a really, really good recipe, and it's simple. This is inexpensive. This is 99 cents. They sell it everywhere, everywhere. And this, no one would ever know that you use green seasoning, because I've been using this seasoning for about, I would say about 10 years. But I'm going to bring you guys back once it's time to add my greens, my onions, and my green seasoning. So, see you guys in a second. Okay, my meat has been boiling for 50 minutes. So we're going to take the top off. Oh wow, it's really boiling. And we're going to add our greens now. I'm sorry for the steam. So I'll bring you guys back once I put all of the greens in here. Okay, so I have all of the greens in here, and now I'm just going to add the onions. Remember, we sliced these onions, and these are going to cook down too. This is also the time that you add the chicken broth. Also, I'm adding my green seasoning. We're putting the top back on these greens. I'm going to let these cook down for probably about an hour, and I'll bring you guys back, and that's when I add my red crushed peppers. Okay, you guys, it's been an hour and 35 minutes. So these are my greens, and the camera is, I hope you guys can pick that up, but these are my red crushed peppers, and I'm just going to add just to give it flavor, and I'm going to let it cook another 20 minutes. I'm not going to add too many of them in here, but I'm going to let it cook another 20 minutes, and I'll bring you guys back. Okay guys, it's been 20 minutes and these are my mustard and turnip greens. I added red crushed peppers and I have turkey necks, turkey tails, and if you guys get a chance, you get yourself a smoked turkey wing. But they didn't have them at the store, so I settled for the turkey tails. And this is the finished product.